South Texas. Utter those words and you'll get any whitetail hunter's attention. The birthplace of deer management and one of the best places in the world to find a true monster whitetail. There's nothing on the planet like it.
McWhorter Custom Rifles presents
This week we're in Pearsall, Texas at the Four Seasons Ranch. We've hunted here before and they have some world-class whitetail. This hunt, I take one of my best typicals to date. You don't want to miss this.
Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, McMillan Fiberglass Stocks, Swarovski Optique, and Barber Creek Shooting Academy.
South Texas. Utter those words and you'll get any whitetail hunter's attention. The birthplace of deer management and one of the best places in the world to find a true monster whitetail. There's nothing on the planet like it. This week we are headed to hunt Four Seasons Ranch just outside Pearsall. We have hunted this highly managed ranch for a number of years with great success. This year I was going to be joined by a couple friends from the Northeast, and we had high hopes of taking true South Texas giants.
Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Luke,
I see you didn't get any shorter.
I didn't. You didn't get any taller, Luke. Lamar Smith.
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure. Fresh off their flight from San Antonio, they couldn't wait to hit the rifle range. Husky and Luke are both longtime McWhorter Rifles users and wasted no time shooting perfect little groups.
All right, Husky, so you guys had about, what, 5-6 hours on an airplane?
Yeah.
You never know what they're gonna do with these things, so let's send a few down range and see what we're gonna do.
That sounds great.
Tell me what you're shooting this week.
I'm shooting a McWhorter 6.5 Weatherby. Alan's been telling me for years I need one of these 6.5. They're whitetail killing machines.
Yeah.
Just got it. Never shot much with it. I have never shot anything with it, just some paper, so I'm anxious to see how it does on these whitetails.
Well, let's send a group down range and see what happens.
Okay.
I'd say about the same spot, pretty close.
Looks like the same hole to me.
Yeah.
Husky and Luke are both shooting McWhorter 6.5 Weatherbys. I was shooting my trusty McWhorter 7mm STW. Everybody was spot on and couldn't wait to get in that stand because the confidence was high. Four Seasons Ranch, guys. Your second trip.
Yep.
Your first trip.
First time, yep.
We've been looking at trail cameras and getting a little bit excited. It's the first afternoon. You already got a smile on your face. You hadn't pulled the trigger yet.
I kept telling him what he's in store for.
Well, good, good. Seth's going to be with you, and I'm going to take Luke up, and we're going to go see if we can't get something. If we don't shoot this afternoon, we still got 3 more days. So.
Absolutely, and I told Luke, you know, he likes to get on the trigger fast and swiftly.
Well, it's no different here than anywhere else.
That's
Don't
right.
pass up the first day what you shoot the last. So.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let's go see if we can't find something to make your trigger finger a little itchier.
That sounds good.
Let's go.
I'm pumped.
Luke and I went to the old familiar Turkey Hill blind. Love that blind. While Seth and Husky hunted a pop-up next to a pond to try a different tactic. Husky had deer all over him. Several great-looking up-and-coming deer were out very early.
First night set at the Four Seasons. I was set up a pop-up blind here at the pond they call it, and 2 years ago when I was here, we saw a tremendous deer they call it mule deer buck, and that's the deer we're kind of looking for.
It wasn't long before an old, mature, heavy-horn buck popped out of the sendero to the left. Husky had seen this buck earlier on the trail cams when we were in the lodge and knew this was a deer he wanted to take.
Here he comes. Watch that. He's a real gorgeous deer. You ready? He's gonna come around here.
There was one problem. The deer was so close and the cameraman was directly in line with the direction Husky needed to shoot. So they had to wait for a better angle and hope that deer wouldn't get their wind.
Middle of the shoulder, drop him in his tracks.
This segment of Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by Revolution Safe Company, inspired by Pendleton, rotating gun management made simple.
Patience paid off. The buck finally cleared all the does and gave Husky a perfect broadside shot.
Yeah, yes, yes. Dropped him right in his tracks, man.
When the smoke cleared, the buck was belly up and Husky made a perfect shot.
Bang, flop. 6'5" Weatherby, man. Oh, yes. Yeah, I can't wait to go put my hands on this deer. I've shot a lot of deer in my life and I never shot a 6x6, so let's go check them out. Wow, look at that mass. Look at that mass. Oh, yeah. Look at this big chocolate horn, South Texas. Boy, you can't get much more symmetrical than that. As soon as we got in the blind, we were covered in deer and turkey, and this guy steps out about 20 minutes into the hunt. Well, in this particular hunt, I said, Alan, build me a 6'5" Weatherby, and he said, it's a bang flop killing machine. And I tell you, Alan was right on the money with that.
Saturday afternoon, it's kind of warm after a really crisp 40-degree morning, but there's no wind and it's almost pre-rut, so we're always looking forward to it. We're going over to a blind they call the Horseshoe. We've been seeing a really nice 12 and a 10 over there. We're going to see if one of them will cooperate this afternoon. I was going to take cameraman Chad, and we were headed to the Horseshoe Blind. It's a unique blind shaped of a horseshoe, and try to find a big typical 6x6 that we had seen on trail camera.
Got a really nice 10-pointer, but it's just not quite what we're looking for. There's a big 10 and a big 12 here, and that's what we're trying to, hopefully will come out the next few days. See, we'll see. He's a nice deer though.
I think he's behind he's on the far left, right?
Yeah, he's behind that bush.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
let him get out from behind it.
Yeah, he's got a short G4 on the right. That's him. Late in the afternoon, the shadows were getting longer. The buck finally made an appearance. You ready?
I'm ready.
Another perfect shot. This gun is quickly becoming one of my favorites. Big buck down. Walking up on this buck, I was caught by surprise. This was one of the largest, heaviest, and cleanest typicals I've ever taken. Nothing better than seeing antlers when you're almost not quite perfectly sure that you killed it. It was a perfect 6x6. Symmetrical, not a cheap 12 point, a full-blown 12 point. With mass, age, I mean, even the tines are thick. It's gonna score great. I'm in awe right now. This is a great, great deer, and he is gonna look really good on my wall and spur memories for years. What a great hunt. What a perfect way to end another great day in South Texas brush than to have Rudy's barbecue waiting for us back at the line.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by Extreme Wildlife Adventures, Hoff Power Auto and Outdoor Stores, Surge Pro by Biofac Crop Care, and Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Morning of day 3. Luke and Seth settled into the blind early. Deer started to move right away. They could make out a big buck in the distance. As it got lighter, they could make it out with the Swarovskis, but there just wasn't enough light for the camera.
Hey James at Barber Creek Long Range Shooting School. Today we're going to cover a subject that a lot of people like to talk about and don't really understand, and that is spin drift. When the bullet leaves the barrel at about 266,000 revolutions per minute RPMs, because right hand twist barrel, the bullet is slightly tilted to the right and up, and that's called basically a yaw of repose, so it hits the mass of air and forces it off to the right. Every caliber is different. The 6.5 Creedmoor we're shooting today with 135 grain Berger Classic Hunter has about 6.7 inches of spin drift to the right, which means in a zero wind day like it is right now, because we're shooting at like 8 o'clock in the morning, there's a reason for that, because there's no wind right now. Our bullet with no wind will strike to the right of the bullseye at 1,000 yards. Now, keep in mind what you're going to notice, we've seen this over and over here because we do this all the time. We're going to be about 8.5 inches to the right at 1,000 yards. Now, that is including spin drift and basically what's called horizontal Coriolis, the Earth's rotation. In the northern hemisphere, horizontal Coriolis is going to spin us off to the right. So it's an addition to the spin drift. Here we go, I'm going to have Alan shoot. And again, keep in mind, it's 6.7 inches of spin drift, and then we're going to have a little bit of horizontal Coriolis. So here we go, Alan. 2 shots. All right, Keith, where'd he hit on that one?
He's right at 3/4, 8 inches.
Okay. All right, Alan, let's do one more shot. Still no wind?
Still no wind.
All right.
That one impacted about a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch above the last one.
Okay. All right, so we got 2 shots down range at 1,000 yards, and it struck to the right. Like Keith thinks it's right around 3/4 minute, which is probably correct. That sounds about right. That's spin drift and a little bit of horizontal Coriolis. We're gonna jump in the buggy, run down here and take a look, and then we'll talk to you down range. All right, out here at 1,000 yards, and you can see that we are just about 8 3/4 inches, which is about right for spin drift, and there is a little bit of horizontal Coriolis. So, and horizontal Coriolis in the northern hemisphere is going to bring us to the right. The reality, if you turned off, went to applied ballistics, or you went into the ballistic rangefinder, turned off horizontal Coriolis, the reality is it'd be right around 6 inches, give or take, so, which is normal. So. But anyway, we can kind of see what spin drift does. You can see a little bit of horizontal Coriolis. I know we didn't discuss it in this segment, but it's in there. This has to be accounted for. Is it a miss on an elk? No. Is it a miss on a deer? Well, possibly if it's coming, if it's looking this way.
Well, the rangefinder would have told us to hold 3
would.
minute left.
Yeah,
it would have been right there below. So.
And that's why we run ballistic programs and ballistic rangefinder. So, hey, that's another downrange shooting tip from James and Alan at Barber Creek Long Range Shooting School. Thanks for joining us.
Precision Hunting TV is also brought to you by Borton Accuracy, Trigger Tech, Brooks Barrels, Capstone Precision Group, Hawkins Precision, and Revolution Safe Company. This segment of Precision Hunting TV is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue.
Morning of day 3. Luke and Seth settled into the blind early. And as it happens a lot of times on these senderos, the deer started moving directly away from him. He made a left turn on another sendero towards another blind. The guys had to make a quick decision. They decided their best chance was to get down and see if they could put a stalk on this buck that they believed was headed toward Turkey Hill.
You ready? You want him? Yep, I'm on. You ready? Shoot him when you're ready.
This time, their luck paid off and they made the right decision to make that move.
I'm on him. On him when you're ready, okay? You ready? Yeah.
He's down. He's down.
We did it.
What awesome. A hunt! What a hunt!
One shot with the McWhorter 6.5 Weatherby, the big buck dropped in his tracks. It was a perfect shot from Luke's McWhorter 6.5 Weatherby. The buck dropped in his tracks.
We've been after that deer. You earned that one.
He's been everywhere we weren't.
This morning we went there. Late in the morning we decided we're gonna sneak over here, check this feeder. Sure enough, 226, he's out there.
Finally had enough light, finally.
You made a great shot, that 6.5 Weatherby.
Absolutely.
Just hammered him. Man, I cannot wait. I'm as excited as you are.
He's been all over the place.
Let's go put our hands on him.
Let's go see him.
Let's do it.
Look at that deer.
Look at this.
That is just crazy.
Luke, big old mature buck. We've been watching this deer. I mean, he's every bit of 7 years old. We've seen him for a couple of years now. He last year did not have this drop, and then we started getting Browning trail cam pictures of him this year, and he put on this massive drop. I mean, just huge. Big old mature buck. And you made a perfect high shoulder shot, and he just dropped like a sack of potatoes.
Always wanted to drop time buck, and
Well, you got you one now.
that is a huge one.
226 yards with a McWhirter 6.5 Weathery. That 140 grain burger bullet just ate him up. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, that is a buck of a lifetime. Four Seasons Ranch, guys. South Texas hunting at its finest.
Three great, awesome bucks in 3 days. Now that is a feat. I've said it once and I'll say it again and I'll say it every time. There's nothing like South Texas.